Daddy eats lots. Daddy eats lots. Daddy eats lots. Munch, munch, munch.
Hello and welcome to Daddy Eats Last, where we discuss the challenges of being a man in modern society, and there are a lot of them. We also discuss what the hell that term even means. I'm Kane, and joining me this evening is Matthew. Matthew, how are you in Queensland? Beautiful one day, perfect the next.
Rainy the next. I'm good, Kane. I'm good. Thanks for asking.
400 plus mils up there in the last 24 hours. It's a lot.
Oh, it has been bucketing down. We've spent the last few days up at Noosaville, and we were lucky enough to get Wednesday, Thursday, some pretty nice weather, but then after that it gets turned and it's been awful ever since. So I tell you, where we were staying, they had those sort of colorbond roofs, and the rain, when it was hitting that, you just didn't think it would get any louder, and then all of a sudden just opened up even more. And oh mate, so we pulled up short this morning, came home a little bit earlier than we planned to, but they've said a lot more is on the way. Apparently it's going to be a wet week.
Oh, it's like the colorbond roof is basically like having a microphone in the roof. Just amplifies everything.
I do love a stormy or a rainy night under a colorbond roof. So
yeah, there's a point though. There's a point where it goes from comforting to just please,
scary.
can you just stop?
Yeah. And that was what it was like.
Yeah, so they're expecting it to rain most of the week up there.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. Kimmy just got a message on a phone or from CBA, I think, send these messages out saying, get your stuff in order.
Sorry, CBA, the Commonwealth Bank.
Yeah, or CommonSure, I should say. They just sent a little, pre-warning text out.
Hey, interest rates are down to record lows. Also, it's going to rain in Brisbane all week.
It's just about to get messy. So
complimentary weather forecast from CBA.
Yeah, they must think it reduces the amount of claims.
They're Australia's leading bank for one reason.
They're so caring. Yeah, so apparently it's going to get a bit more worse. And I looked at the bomb and it said 95 to 100 mil. That's
just a cash.
That's a fair whack.
How will the cubby cope with that? Is it the cubby's fully made now?
Oh, I reckon that cubby's, category 5 cyclone rated. I would.
They are famous.
There's a good 900 mil in the ground there with a few bags of concrete. So I think that's solid. Solid as a rock.
Love it. Well, we're going to talk about holidays. Obviously, you were up at Noosaville this week. We're going to talk about holidays when we were kids and, how much we remember from it. Like, obviously our parents, and you've just taken the kids away, how much they'll actually remember about this holiday or some of the holidays you've been on in 5, 10, 20 years' time.
Yeah, I started thinking that on the drive home, actually, in a couple of hour drives. So got the mind thinking about tonight's podcast. And I was thinking of all the things we've been doing with the kids and exactly how much of it they would remember. So this holiday was pretty cruisy, pretty much because of the weather, but we just pretty much spent the time at the resort, swimming in the swimming pool, a bit of tennis. They had a pretty cool jumping pillow there. We didn't venture out too much. We did go to Noosa Main Beach as well. So it wasn't, that really activity-based sort of holiday. But there have been holidays in the past where we've done a lot of activities, and as parents, when you go away for a period of time, I guess, particularly when it's overseas or it's in a different place than your own sort of backyard, I guess you plan a lot more and activities thinking that this would be great for the kids to see, this would be a great experience, but I guess we never really think about, well, are they going to remember this in 10, 15, 20 years time? And I think back to some of the holidays we had as kids. We were quite lucky because Dad ran his own business, so there was always a week or two every year where we'd sort of try and get away on a family holiday. That was pretty much his family time that he had. And generally, because Victoria was pretty chilly, we either go camping in the summer in Victoria or we try and take a Queensland vacation, September school holidays. And we're lucky enough to go to some Whitsunday Islands. The Gold Coast featured a few times. And the example of the Gold Coast, this is the first time we went in 1990. We stayed at Mermaid Beach. And I do know that we went to SeaWorld and saw a few different other, Avocado World, I think was one of them. Probably stopped at the Big Banana. But yeah, Avocado World. And when I think back, all I remember about that time was the pool at the hotel in Mermaid Beach. Um, and I think that was probably because growing up, never had a pool. We didn't live near the beach. Um, and having, access to a pool for 2 weeks straight, I think was probably just mind blowing for me as a kid. Even though the beach was probably 100 meters down the road, the pool is all I really remember. And I was
Wow.
just wondering, are you the same? Do you
Yeah.
have, little glimpses of memories of holidays as a kid?
Yeah, absolutely. But before I get to my story, which also may include Mermaid Beach, but definitely, I think it was Mermaid Beach we stayed at as well. I think Victoria basically flocked up to that sort of area when we could. So you went to SeaWorld, but you mainly remember the pool.
Yeah. Yep. Although I don't even remember going to SeaWorld. I guess, no, we went there because I've seen some photos in the past of that trip. But I remember nothing about SeaWorld, just the pool.
Well, much as we went to Queensland in 1988 for Expo, World Expo 88 up in Queensland. So this is our
Still
first.
talk about it.
They should. There's, outside of you've had the Commonwealth Games, that Expo is all you got.
True. Yeah.
But this was back in '88 when flying to Queensland or flying anywhere was a big deal. It was sort of $400 ish each way, a bit like what flying is now, and people are losing their minds because it's so expensive. That was commonplace back in '88, so it was a big deal to go on a holiday interstate. And I remember going up to Queensland and we went to Expo, and I remember going to some of the stalls there. I remember the Swiss stall because it was basically an indoor snow area and people skiing down there. I thought it was amazing. That was an indoor ski field. I remember the Hungarian stall being horrible. It was just nothing. It was just a bell. We have some Hungarian heritage, so we thought, "I'll check that out." Thinking, "Oh yeah, it'd be nice to check out some, something about Budapest or something." It was just a shit pot bell, and that was it. And you got a stamp. I remember the stamps from Expo '88. But the thing which I remember most from that holiday is swimming on the Gold Coast and having the skyscrapers there and being on the beach and having a swim. And I was out there swimming. I was bodyboarding or boogie boarding or something. I would have been 9. And my mum's like, "Oh, come in. I'm like, "Oh, God, what? There's sharks? What is it? Saltwater crocodiles? What is it?" I come out of the water and Mum goes, "Oh, listen, I just want to tell you before I tell your sister, Frosty the cat's died." Like, it was our cat Frosty. I've gone, "Mum, I don't like the cat. I'm going back for a swim." My sister was gutted, but like, I've just gone, "I don't care. You pulled me out of the water to tell me a cat which I didn't like has died. I'm not going to say anything to Brian. I'm not going to say anything to my sister. I don't care. Like, she might be upset, but I don't care." That's what I remember from my holiday, getting told a cat died.
Oh, you pulled me out of the water for this? Oh.
There's another one. I remember going to Rosebud with my kids, and we went there with my my grandparents and my uncle and auntie and their kids. So it was basically a family holiday from the whole of one side of the family. So there's 10 of us there. I think 10 of us were there, and it rained a fair bit, and we're hanging out. The thing I remember most is playing games of backyard cricket in the Coles car park at 5 p.m. most afternoons with like 20 people. Not, anything we did down there or anything fun. It was literally just playing backyard, but you go equivalent of backyard cricket in a car park.
Oh, I can understand why you'd remember that. Those things, those memories are priceless. The old backyard cricket with the whole family.
Yeah, it is, but it's one of those things where you never really know what kids are going to remember, and we haven't really gone on any sort of long distance holidays at the moment. We actually haven't left the state since our little fella's been born, so it's been almost 5 years now where we haven't left Victoria. We go, away in Victoria. We've been to a couple of places, and we went to Hills Hill Sanctuary and Hillsville, and we stayed up there. And the little fella, all he really remembers is he remembers a little bit about the sanctuary. He remembers, breakfast was good, and he remembers this games room where there was like an old school, Rampage, the old school dinosaur monkey one bashing down the buildings. He remembers that, so he goes, "Oh, I really like going away. I got to play that game." I'm like, "Mate, you could play that on the console." On the TV if you really want. So just kids remember the weirdest things.
They do. Isn't that funny? It doesn't matter what you plan for them. They just, remember the basic of things.
What about you? Do you have any other, have you taken the kids away?
Yeah. We've so I'm just thinking about our the Christmas trips we've been on a couple of times. overseas. And again, like I asked Mia what she remembers from those trips, and it's a few landmarks really. It's not the experiences we did, but it's more so, I guess, seeing the Eiffel Tower for the first time, or having some sort of chocolate thing at a Christmas market that was, that blew her mind a bit. Is all that she really remembers. It's all food related. Eloise is the same. Like I asked her today, oh, what did you enjoy best about the holiday we just went on? And she was the same thing. She just said the swimming pool. And
Did Eloise has literally just walked into the room. Eloise, did you enjoy the swimming? Did you enjoy the swimming pool most on holiday?
Did you enjoy the swimming pool most on a holiday?
Yeah.
That's a big smile. Yeah. But it's one of those things where it's very interesting what kids remember. She's a cheeky one, that one.
Edit this out.
Hi, Kane.
Hey, Eloise, how are you going?
Good.
Did you have a good holiday up at Noosa? Did it rain much?
Yeah.
No. Did you enjoy going in the pool?
Yeah.
What about your big sister and brother? What did they like doing? Did they like playing with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you came back today?
Yes.
That's good. Is Noosa far from home?
Yes.
Oh, what did you do in the car on the way up there and back? Because it's quite a long way. What did you do in the car?
We stayed in the car for the whole time.
The whole time? Did you play any games in the car like I Spy, or did you annoy your big sister?
No games.
Games? What games?
We didn't do any games.
No games? Oh, how did all that time go then?
What? We saw the big pineapple.
The big pineapple, how big is it?
So big.
Really big? Is it bigger than your daddy?
Yes.
Is much bigger than him, or only a little bit bigger than him?
That big.
That big? Whoa, that's really big. Do you think he could climb it?
No.
No, it's too big, isn't it? A bit dangerous.
We were trying to eat the pineapple.
You try to eat the big pineapple? Whoa, did you go inside the big pineapple, or did you just look at it from outside in the car?
Outside.
Was
we went outside. It was freezing.
It was freezing, was it? So it was about 25 degrees or something? How cold was it?
25 degrees.
Yeah, it's pretty cold by Queensland standards. And was there lots of rain?
Yes.
And you're on school holidays.
There was heaps of rain.
Heaps of rain. And are you on school holidays now?
Yes.
Wow. School holidays go for a long time?
Yes.
Oh, what plans?
I'm not going to kindy anymore.
Anymore? So next year you're going to proper school?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's amazing. You're a big girl.
Yeah.
Oh, and what are you going to do on your school holidays before you start school?
Go back to sleep.
Going to go back to sleep. That's a pretty good idea. Sleep's very important. So tomorrow when you wake up, you can do lots of things. What are you doing tomorrow? Do you know?
I'm going to the swimming pool.
The swimming pool? Wow.
Mia's having a swim and I'm going with Oma and Papa.
Oh, wow. That'd be fun. Do you like going swimming?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the best bit about swimming? Is it splashing around?
Cannonballing.
Cannonballing. Wow. Now, have you seen, do you watch Bluey?
Yes.
Have you seen Christmas Swim?
Yes.
It's pretty good, isn't it? They like swimming as well. Yeah. So swimming in the pool was the best part of being at Noosa. Did your little brother like it? Does he like to swim?
Yes.
And you look after him?
Yeah. But when we were going back to home, he said, "I don't like Noosa."
Your little brother said you didn't like Noosa?
No.
Oh, no.
But it was so good.
It was really good. You'd go back again?
Yeah.
I've heard Noosa is very nice, and it's different to home as well.
It has 4 pools.
4? This many?
Yeah.
That many? 4 pools?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we stayed there for 4 days.
So did you go in all the pools?
Yes. No.
Wow. No. How many pools did you go in?
Only 3.
Only 3 pools. That's still a lot of pools to go in. Would have been good to go in different ones.
Dad wanted to find the other one, and we did.
You found the other pool.
Yeah.
He's a pretty clever guy, your dad, isn't he?
Yeah. How old are you, Kate?
How old am I? Well, if I ask my little boy, I go, "How old am I?" He goes, "Haha, you are 41."
Are you 41?
I am 41. How old are you?
5.
5. Whoa.
My dad is 27.
Yeah,
And my mum's 27 too.
Oh, geez, they had you young.
Yeah, and I have a dog,
What's your dog's name?
Paddy.
Paddy. Is he a good dog?
Yes.
Do you know
And
what?
he bites people.
Is that because he's still a puppy though? Yeah. What sort of dog is he?
Still a Labrador.
Do you give him lots of pats?
Yeah.
And cuddles?
Yeah.
Does he sleep outside or inside?
Out.
Outside. And do you let him in the morning? Is he allowed in the house at all? Do you have to go visit him outside?
No, he can come in the house too.
As long as he's a good boy.
Yeah, as long as he's laying down.
Ah. Has he chewed up any of your things before, or daddy's shoes or anything?
Dad's shoes.
He's chewed up your dad's shoes?
Yeah.
He's a cheeky boy, isn't he?
And he chewed my mum's loose laces. Shoelaces.
Chewed her laces?
Yeah.
Oh, what a cheeky little puppy.
And he ate his bed that was for inside.
He ate his inside bed?
Yeah.
What does he sleep on now then? Does he just sleep on the floor?
He sleeps on the towel.
He sleeps on the couch?
Towel.
Oh, on a towel. Okay, that's probably okay. He hasn't chewed up the towel yet?
No.
Do you, when he falls asleep, do you tickle him to wake him up?
No, I just had to wake up, Paddy, and wakes up.
Oh, what you should do, if you sneak up carefully up to him, and if he's got his paw out very carefully, if you tickle the fur on his paw, he'll go like that, and then eventually he'll wake up. It's quite funny.
Do you have a dog?
No, I used to have dogs, so that's why I know the dog tricks of like doing things like that, and they'll just, or you can get them under the tummy and their leg will go. I know those little tricks. I used to have a Labrador as well, and a golden retriever too.
We have a golden retriever.
They're very similar, golden retrievers and Labradors. They just, one has long hair, one has short hair.
Paddy has short hair.
Yeah. I've seen photos of Paddy. He seems very cute. He looks like he would like lots of pats and cuddles.
He's really cute.
Really? And does your little brother and your big sister like him too?
Yep.
Do you guys take him for walks, or do you make Dad take him for walks?
I take him for walks and everyone takes him for walks.
Oh, you all take him for walks together? That's really nice. Okay. You make sure you have a lovely night, Eloise, and have a good sleep.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Nice little hijacking.
She's a very, very cute young girl, Matthew. You've done very well with
Hamish.
her.
Thanks, Hamish. That's a swimming lesson, swimming coach dude. Yeah, where were we? Bit of railroad there.
It's fair to say she likes the pool.
Yeah, she does like the pool. Yeah, I think all kids do. And when I was reading this little article I read today, it was talking about what things sort of the memory does focus on from holidays. And I think from the research they did, it was pretty much nature. Anything to do with nature sort of tops the biggest memories, I guess, followed by, structural things and things like that. So I guess a lovely sunset somewhere, or a view from a cliff top, or that kind of thing. As you said, you remember the swims at the Gold Coast. You probably would have had that lovely view. You mentioned of the buildings.
Yeah, picturesque.
So it's really
Picturesque the
backed it up.
skyscrapers.
Well, as a kid, you may not have been used to swimming so close to skyscrapers.
No, that's true. That is very true. I think it's the thing though. Like it's maybe not the formal experiences like going to SeaWorld, which we did when I remember and going that, and it was good, and going to Dreamworld, which was good. And like at that point, I was focused on the rides. But again, I don't really remember any of the rides. I remember going to both those places, and I remember the white tigers maybe at SeaWorld, or maybe they're at Dreamworld. Don't really know. But yeah, it's probably more just the ad hoc things, which I remember more than something structured, if that makes sense.
And I think as well, coming into Christmas, where a lot of families may be planning holidays within obviously Australia, maybe it's a thing that, and I think I might even apply this to our future holidays perhaps, is just keep it simple for the, when the kids are young, because they really just need things they're not getting in everyday life, like a swimming pool, a jumping pillow, a swim at the beach perhaps, until they can really appreciate, if you're going to fork out the money for an overseas trip or something like that with these experiences, maybe wait until they're a little bit older and they can remember them, because obviously I'm an example of not remembering those things when I was younger. Maybe when I was older, I would have, but it was just all I needed was a pool and I was happy.
Right? The simple things in life are often the things people remember and the best things in life. So I'm with you on that. I think a lot of people make the trek overseas when kids are really young, and it's like, oh, we're going to go and do it anyway because we want to do it. And the kids go along, and the kids don't really get much out of it anyway. Or even when they're a little bit older, they still sometimes don't get as much out of it as you think they may.
Spot on. Yep.
Well, I think that's a pretty good place to wrap up this week. Remember to subscribe to Dad Eats Last on iTunes if you haven't done already. And while you're there, please leave a review. Also, tell your mates about the podcast, especially if they are guys. Most of all, thanks for listening, especially the little Eloise interlude, which was utterly delightful. We'll be back next week for another episode, or should I say serving, of Eloise Eats Last. How's that for a dad joke? Catch you next week.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.